Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Family or Fiance, great show. And what I will be doing going forward is, for that show, I'll make sure to have it up on Sunday. With the time change, need a break as well as some other things. I like this show. And please go and support my other channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. I have the links below. I need to hit a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, by the end of the year to make sure that that channel can join the full YouTube, program and partnership program. And I would love for you to just check it out. Like I said, it's ASMR videos, which just means I'll be doing a lot of soft voice whispers, different like role plays, like game stores, therapists, you name it. We're getting that together over there. But anyway, family or fiance. The first episode was Ashaki and Chris. I like the premise of this show. It's centered around two families, and they have to go and speak their piece and potentially convince, their loved ones why it's not a good idea to get married, or, why they have their blessing and it should work out. The first episode was centered around this couple. Chris, who was a player in his past, and because of that, he doesn't have the full trust of Ashaki, who agreed to, at least go down the path of marriage with him. And his mom supports the relationship. His uncle and his sister do not. His sister is Ashaki's age, around 22, and she feels like she's just not mature enough yet. If there's little things that get her this flustered, then what's going to happen when they actually get married? Fair enough. His cousin feels like he's still a player, and even insinuates that there was an incident. There's an incident that happened where Ashaki went to Chris's house, and he wouldn't let her in. She went in she came to his house, uninvited around like 6 a.m. in the morning. He wouldn't let her in. She freaked out, and rightfully so, freaked out. And as a result, he said, "Okay, look, let's just go to Waffle House." So he went to Waffle House. Maybe they were working there at the time because they met, at work, and they became friends first. But the whole thing is, she found eyelash. She went back, found eyelashes in his trash, and he's always said that it was his sister's. His sister even acknowledged that, they do party, and she just go to his house. It's not impossible. And at one point, we'll get there. We'll get there. The story, I know you're hearing it like, huh? I know. But we'll get there. So they get to the house. The house is beautiful. There's a therapist there who's going to take them through this 3-day journey. Part of the journey is day one, get the families together, and they're going to do some activities. I forgot to tell you, none of Asha's people support the marriage. Her mom doesn't support it. Her auntie doesn't support it. Her best friend doesn't support it. And they don't support it because they feel like he's not ready and he's being untruthful. And also, the main thing, she's young. She needs to experience life. She's still in school. And so there's certain activities that they're going to do. The first real day was they got to ask Chris 20 questions, and the women got to ask Ashaki questions about being prepared to be a mother. And they asked great questions, which kind of shook her. They asked, "Hey, you're in school. How are you going to prioritize school and, become the stepmom? Because what happens if the biological mom says, hey, she needs Chris to pick up the child. Chris says, oh, I can't do it. And he needs you to pick up the child, and you have a test." She said, "Well, I'll take my test and then I'll go pick up the child." I said, "Honey, that's not how school works." You can't just leave the kid there and everything will be good. In some schools, like I went to a private school when I was younger, and they will call the cops if your parents are over 15 minutes late. I'm sorry, over 30 minutes late. No problem. But that was in New York. That was a different situation. They didn't play. that was a African private school. Amazing school. But still, definitely didn't play. African West Indian did not play. Still love that school though. Anyway, um, and they were asking about, hey, are you ready to fully commit as a stepmom? Are you prepared to be in the child's life forever, even if you and Chris separates? Because he has 3 children already. He's 29, she's 22. So that 7-year gap is also another thing where he's got to experience more life. He has 3 kids. We find out that it's all with the same baby mom, which is great. Problem is that he cheated on her throughout the entire relationship, but he's saying he's a different guy. So then they get to his side of 20 questions. And Saki asks him, hey, about the cheating, because Chris's cousin, it sounds like he was saying, we used to pass girls around, and we were still passing girls around until maybe like a little bit under 2 years ago, which is around the time frame of him being with Ashaki. And he insinuated in front of everyone, the cousin, that Chris recently was unfaithful. Now again, his version of recent is a little skewed, but it doesn't mean that he was wrong. And so that pissed off Chris. Ashaki wanted answers. She wanted clarification. And so then Chris left, got something to drink, and then she was upset. And then he was trying to flip it on her. And thankfully, she was raised by some good people, because her mom's like, I'm not going to sit here, watch you go and try to flip something that's on you, on her. And because she was even saying that herself. So her mom was essentially backing her up. And so then her mom, who seemed very even keel, went off. And I said, go off, because something isn't right here. Something in the milk ain't clean. And they went to go and talk to her outside. Even Chris's sister went and said, you know what, it is possible. It is my eyelashes and whatnot. But the next day, they had a choice. Go bowling or go stay in and like have some type of massage thing. All the men went bowling except for Chris's sister. He went with them. And they had fun. They were eating, drinking, kind of laughing at, okay, Asaki's kind of, a little temperamental. I said, keep that same energy, unless her people are trying to see, what is he going to say now that she's not around? Ashaki talked to the women who had kids or took care of kids, and it's like, was her advice and all of that. The whole thing was that the main issue of cheating. She felt like he cheated. He kept saying he didn't. They had a big argument about it. Even talked to the therapist. So then he kind of came in with his armor on in the final day, because it was time to ask for people's blessings. And I thought in 3 days that it wouldn't work. I honestly thought in 3 days, I don't know about this. But the 3-day formula seems to work, because they cut right to it. They brought people that had real questions and wanted to make sure that these two were prepared. So I appreciate that. What ends up happening is that he goes in and tries to give us this story about that day where she found the eyelashes. He goes and says, okay, my sister came over. We had a party. My sister came over, and just like to hang out. She was already drinking. She kind of passed out, took off her eyelashes, and placed them down. And so then he goes and says that next day she's gone. Cool. Ashaki rolled up to the house, and I was irritated because I guess maybe he reached out to her and she didn't get back to him or something. So then he was trying to say that he was giving her the cold shoulder by not letting her in. And so then instead, to make it up to her, he took her out to eat. And he came back home. He thought, he was like, what the heck is this? He thought the eyelashes, because I guess they were really big. He thought that it was like a bug. So then he went and threw it out. And so then that's why it was laying on the top of the trash. I'm thinking, that's the best you got? All of us, and his people, his mom, his sister, all of her family were looking at him like, what? Even that sister who was trying to back up her big brother, was looking at him like, huh? So then, now it's time for them to go and give their blessing. And his sister says no. No, she still feels like you're not ready, especially based on if she doesn't trust you. If you don't trust my brother, then how can you two be ready? It makes no sense. We had her best friend who said no. He feels like dude's lying. Her best friend's a guy. So it's like, dude, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Like, come on now. I'm a dude, you're a dude. Let's just cut it. So I can't give you my blessing because that would be co-signing some real bull. Her mom says that she agrees that she blesses them individually, not together. I said, ouch, okay. His mom said that, you know what, she still blesses them, but she feels like they need to, and she'll be there because she saw crack. She said she didn't realize that there was some kind of foolishness going on, and she's like, as a woman, the stories don't sound right. I'm gonna go and show support to both of you anyway. Her auntie said, look, this situation's worse than I thought, so I definitely don't bless this. His cousin, said that the one who put it out there that maybe he's still cheating recently, that he cheated, period, because Chris is trying to say that he didn't cheat at all while being with her. This was his first relationship where he didn't do that. His cousin said, you know what, I'm going to support the both of you. I'll support the both of you. And, Ashaki felt like, okay, this is weird. The man who insinuated that you were doing some stuff is now saying that he supports the relationship. What is going on here? And I said, this is some bull. Like, what's really happening? So then she had to think about it. And she said, honestly, based on everything that's happened and how you've responded to my questions and how you tried to dismiss and see my questions as less than, I realized that maybe we aren't ready. Maybe we aren't ready. Maybe we don't need to be together. And so then she calls it off. She says, I'm calling off the engagement, but I'm not calling off the relationship. I still need to grow. You still need to grow. But the engagement means that we're on the fast track to getting married. And that's not what should be happening right now. And I said, thank God. When I tell you, her mother, his mother, both hugged like praise the Lord. Her aunt almost did a dance. His cousin had that look of, his sister had that look of, thank you, Jesus. And they were all hugging. I said, this is so messy. The best friend was like, thank you for having some common sense, sis. And so then we actually see that she breaks up with him, period. They're going to remain friends, but she breaks up with him because Chris, after the cameras were gone, after they went back home, because she wouldn't let up, because she said, I'm not stupid. I am not stupid. He tells her that, yes, he did cheat, and that's when it happened. And she was like, oh no. You tried to keep that one to the grave even though it was obvious. You had a potential out. We could potentially worked it out. And you instead lied even though I never believed you. We're done. And I said, wow, this show works. Okay, the OWN network with another win. So I will be watching every week. It comes on Saturday nights at, at 9 or 10? Either way, I enjoyed it. I think at 9. It was nice. Family or Fiance. I will be doing the full season because it looks good. I'll also be doing If Loving You Is Wrong. That comes back next week for a 2-night special, Tuesday and Wednesday. So the reviews will be up Wednesday, Thursday. And as well as Empire will be back Wednesday. So the reviews will be up Thursday morning. Empire comes back this week as well as Star. So those reviews will be up Thursday morning because it shows on Wednesday. What else is there? Like I said, please check out my other channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. Like I said, even if it's not your thing, to please just go over there and subscribe. It really helps me out as far as YouTube is concerned with getting that page official, and That is very important because I have some plans. I have some plans. Um, Thank you.